Hi, good morning. I'm Glenn Paget from John Deere Tumworks. We're at the 2019 National Farm Machinery Show here in front of our newest round baler from John Deere Tumworks. This is our pre-cutter round baler. This is designed and built in North America at our factory in Tumble, Iowa. So if you want to walk around up here up front, we'll start here at the front of the baler and kind of work our way towards the back. Tell you about some of the things that have changed. So you can see the tongue's a little bit longer. We had to extend the tongue to make room for our new pre-cutter feed system. This right here is just strictly a pedestal mount right here because our driveline had gotten so long we wanted to take some vibration out of this right here. If you lift up this shield right here, so this is one of the best clutches in the industry. Instead of having a friction clutch like we've had before on some of our M-spec or non-premium balers, this has got a cutoff clutch. So if you push this machine to capacity and you do end up slipping the clutch, now it's just got a pin that just disengages itself. There's no heat. This clutch should last the life of your baler. It is the best clutch in the industry. So again, what I just mentioned about pushing your machine to its capacity, I'm going to give you another really good insurance policy, and that's our drop floor. What you can see over here, if you scan around the side, there's some hydraulic cylinders here on the floor. If you don't know where you can, your limitations are for your fuel in that day, and you're hesitant about how fast you can go, how you want to bail, if there's weather coming in, push this machine to its capacity. If you do plug from the cab, just hit a button, drop your floor, lowers your floor, turn your PTO back on, and push that plug right into your bale, and away you go. It's, you know, as quick as 30 seconds to have a plug done. Don't just stay right in the seat of your cab. Come back over here and we can take a look at the heart of this machine right here. So the machine is called our HC squared, so that's for high capacity and cutting. The pickup up front right here, the crop engaging, it looks very similar because it is from our Megawatt Plus pickup feed system. What we did up front though, we doubled the size of our roller baffle because we saw increased ground speed and our previous roller baffle wasn't able to keep up. So we doubled the size of that. Our pickup stayed the same. Now you see the heart and soul of this machine right here is our primary rotor. Our previous balers, all of them were just a 90-degree box. This one has a T-gear box. We drive this primary and secondary rotor off that. We're putting about 10 times the amount of torque through these right here to really get us our capacity and push this machine. So everywhere you see a slot right here on this rotor, we've got knives. Knives that come up through the floor. They accept each one of those slots. We've also got a really nice patent on this machine here too, this notch here in the back of this knife. So when you do want to, if you're running the baler without the knives in, which you don't have to do, from the cab again, you can hit a button, lower the knives, and run a lot of times faster than you want to sit in the seat of your tractor. That's part of our high capacity end of this machine. In addition to that too, we've also seen an increase in density of about 10% on this machine because of how this rotor, it's undershot, it smashes the crop down before it goes in the chamber. So you get a little bit more higher density, more capacity without the knives in. But when you want the knives in, and you've been running your baler without the knives up, and some of the other machines that we have seen in the industry, when the knives aren't up, you try to put the knives back up, it's spring assisted, but that spring can't push the knife through that slot. So what ours is for our patent right here, we got this little notch in the back of this knife. When you drop the floor, there's a roller that comes in the backside, locks in that slot, and now you're using a hydraulic force, straight force, pushing that knife through the floor, through those slots on the bottom there to get that knife up through there. It's about 2,700 pounds of pressure to get that knife up through there. So, you know, you pay the money for this machine, you want it to work, and you want it to make sure that you want the knives up you're cutting. This is, you know, nothing in life is 100% guaranteed, but this is pretty darn guaranteed that you're gonna have your knives up. Each of these knives is also spring protected, so if you do hit something in the field, each one gets out of the way and springs back up. So one of the other things that has changed in this machine too, so once we had the knives engaged, we saw a lot of increase in moisture on the belts, and we didn't want the belts to slip. So on the other side, and we can swing around over there on the number 11 roller, we drive that roll. So that's new for these balers as well. Swing around here and you can see on our net wrap system is a new band brake system. So previous balers had a rubber pad that stopped that shift from turning, put the brake on. That was probably one of our #1 issues for having net wrap problems in the field. So now what this band brake system here is going to let you do is it's going to live the life of your baler. It's going to give you more positive engagement of that brake, better net performance in the field. So and right now we've only seen adjustments needing around the 10,000 bale mark. Now then, behind this then is our +2 round bale accumulator. This was also new back in 2017. It is the very first integrated round bale accumulator in the industry. So now instead of just waiting or being bound to drop the bale off the field where you are when it wraps, now I can put 1 or 2 bales on my cart and I can dump them off in the field wherever I want to. That makes the most sense. It's the most strategic place to get your bales off the quickest. One of the other things that we found too when we were in Wisconsin is when we had test cooperators run the machine at the end of the season, they said they saw increased tonnage on future cuttings because if they didn't get out there in time to get the bales off the field and the regrowth had come up, especially in alfalfa, now that crown of that plant is coming out, it's really susceptible to damage. You're driving around that field, driving on that regrowth. Where you drive on that regrowth, like after day 5 when you cut it, you could see, you know, up to a 20% reduction in yield where you drive on the field. So it's going to save you a lot of time, a lot of tonnage. The other great thing too is that it's not just for 0 series round balers. It retrofits all the way back through 7 series as long as you've got a 6-foot diameter machine, the high flotation tires, and a mega wide plus pickup. So that right there is everything that's new products for John Deere Tumble Works.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay.